off a little too there. I felt that. Oh, that's better.
So how long did it take you to develop that sensitivity to reading energy?
To reading energy?
Yeah. Like you can pretty much feel all over energy right now, right?
Yeah. Didn't take long at all. It took maybe... It's a good question. That really came once I learned... It unlocked tremendously when I learned sensitivity, because I used to be a very insensitive person, not knowing I was. Actually, no, I did know I was insensitive, but I didn't care. I was just like, yeah, that's what it was. I was like,
definition of being insensitive, so it's cool.
yeah. I was very insensitive, and so I couldn't feel other people's pain, but I didn't care because I was like, well, why would I want to feel other people's pain and emotions? I'd rather just give them the answers and the perspectives and let them deal with it, kind of thing. But what I wasn't realizing was that in order to help certain people, because I mean, eventually I asked the universe, I'm like, teach me about sensitivity. The same, I gave you guys this tool, yeah, right? Did I tell you about using the universe to talk to it, right? Well, I did that with the universe. I said, teach me about sensitivity. And then within a week and a half, the first thing that happened is one of my old friends came up out of nowhere and wanted to come talk to me, wanted some help about something. And he was in a very emotional place. And I realized all the pain and issues he was expressing to me, I had all the knowledge he needed. I had all the solutions he needed, but it wouldn't have helped him because I needed a way to get to his heart. I needed to be sensitive to his pain and kind of speak to his heart and not his mind. And because I wasn't a sensitive person, I wasn't able to help him. And then that's when, that built my desire to want to be sensitive. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know I wasn't going to be able to help certain people by not being sensitive. And the universe knows how much I love to help people, so it built my desire, and I said, okay, I want to be a sensitive person. And then from there, things just unfolded more, where I got an insight where someone let me know. I had another client where she was just like, I just can't get through to my father. I feel like I only talk to him angry. And I started laughing. I'm like, would you say he's insensitive? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, and then I asked her, I'm like, how does that make you feel? And she's like, neglected. And when she said that, I had no idea that I had been making people feel neglected. That was completely not in my awareness. And then all of a sudden, I felt bad. I'm like, oh man, I'm such an asshole. So bit by bit, the universe was cracking my sensitivity until finally, at your camping at your birthday, is when it fully unlocked, because I was looking in the fire, and all of a sudden, I saw how everyone had this great sense of belonging and just like, nah. And I realized, all of a sudden I felt the pain that my father caused me from when I was a child, and how it made me feel like I didn't belong. It made me feel like I didn't fit in. And then when I was looking at all you guys, I'm like, you guys all look like you feel like you fit in. And even though I know it's on my head, I don't feel like I fit in. And so I became sensitive to my own pain, which I didn't know I had. And then I saw how everything I've been doing in my life, I became a magician because I wanted to fit in and be popular. I started doing these classes because I wanted to show other people where they fit in and what their purpose is. I didn't even realize I was doing this. It was all unconscious. So once I finally unlocked sensitivity, then all of a sudden it was like a floodgate open, and I just I don't even have to try. I just feel everyone in a room. That's why when she had a little tension, I was just like, is that not? But it really works to your benefit, because if you think about it, sensitivity is your natural state. A child is sensitive. A child is not an insensitive being. It's only life circumstances that end up desensitizing you. And for me, I was so sensitive to my mom's pain and feeling powerless to help her and helpless to help her, that I felt like I needed to rescue her in some way. So I became this knight in shining armor, and I desensitized myself in pain so that nothing can stop me from being able to find a way to help my mom. Not realizing that by doing that, I became the exact person that hurt my mom to begin with, an insensitive person. Because it was my father's insensitivity that hurt my mom. So all this time I was trying to save her, not realizing she actually just needed someone to be sensitive to her pain. It was a crazy,
This is really wow. 15 minutes of some serious deep shit.
Yeah.
My mind is blown right now. That's fucking awesome. Man.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy, right?
To be able to see that link is actually
That's wow,
definitely.
wow.
Your logic cannot make sense of that. It's got to be your intuition. That's for sure.
That's it, you know? And it blew my mind away when I made that connection. I'm like, holy shit, all this time I became the person that hurt her. But she just needs this. She doesn't need a hero. You know, but the hero thing served a purpose. Because it built within me the desire to help people, but it was imbalanced because I felt like they needed my help and that they couldn't help themselves. So I had to balance that with sensitivity and to be supporting and be empowering as opposed to saving. And that's how. Talk about vulnerability. So, any other questions? All the girls have a certain look. The girls got that like,
Oh, it was very empowering. That vulnerability had the opposite reaction. At least I think for at least me, it was very empowering.
I'm happy. That means a lot to me because you know it's really like it's my true story, you know, and so that's where I really see the power in vulnerability because I always hope that I don't know how, but when I share myself vulnerably, I just hope it could connect with someone in some way and maybe tell your story in a different way, you know, and that's really the strength of vulnerability, and that's why I'm addicted to it as opposed to afraid of it and thinking it makes me weak, you know, because to me I don't think I showed any weakness here. I think this, you know what I mean? That's right.
That's right.